We're live. Hey, everybody. It's Nikki with That Homeschool Life. And I'm going to let a couple of you guys come on in so we can do a quick audio and visual check. Let me let the gram know that I'm on. Hey, what's up, Jessica? You are here first. Fast. So hold on. Let me, I always have problems with IG, but I never give up. I never give up. All right. I don't know. It's IG always plays with me. I push live and nothing happens. So whatever. It is what it is. All right. This is not going to be a long video. I'm not kidding. I always say that. It's not going to be a long video because last night was a long video. It's over 2 hours. So today I just want to get in and get out because tomorrow I think we're going to be talking about the lesson planner, or I'm supposed to have it ready for you tomorrow, something like that. But next week we're going to be doing a lot of curriculum reviews, right? And I think I'm going to do the high school series after the curriculum reviews, unless you guys say otherwise. So IG, what is going on? Cannot get in. Let's go live. Okay. Checking connection. Finally. Okay. It might be my fault. All right. So I'm going to start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 reference books that I'm going to go through. But before we do that, I actually, and I always forget to do this, I want you guys to put the city or state that you are in. Glam girl, it's so good to see you. Glam Nikolai. Yes, honey, I've missed you so much. Listen, you need to come on live on one of these shows, guys. We have a rock star homeschool mom. She always looks amazing and she homeschools like a rock star. We got to have her on. But yeah, it's good. It's good to see you. Let's see. What else have we got here? All right. Black Queen. Hey, you made it back from Disney. Welcome back, love. Thank you for telling me what state or city you're in, because I kind of want to get an idea of, what part of the world you're coming from. South Carolina. My family comes from South Carolina, Irmo, South Carolina, one of the founding families of that great state. Zoe, hey, Zoe from Northern VA, my birth state. I'm giving y'all all my personal business. Get a dossier on me and steal my identity. Black Queens, hailing from DC. That's what's up, the DMV area. Because I got a lot of family in Baltimore, Bmore. Mississippi. You know what? Listen, I don't want to tell all my business, but someone from school, they moved to Mississippi, and he's in a very highly regarded profession, and I always thought, why would you do because he runs the business. Why would you run your business in Mississippi? How much business do you really get? Now I'm seeing all of these articles that are talking about people fleeing California, New York, and all these other big cities, heading not just to Florida or Arizona or Texas, the usual suspects for people to go to. They're going to the Gulf Coast, Mississippi, Alabama, of course, Georgia, the Carolinas, Tennessee. But Mississippi is up there. Let's see. Phoenix is in the house. Hi, Miss Steph. Hassan! That's my man right there. Hassan. Hassan, where are you coming from? I already know, but the people don't know. What's up, my king? We got, hey, Jessica. Oh, we have 2 Mississippi people. Yes, all right. So Mississippi representing. And on IG, Glam, my glam girl. I think you're from Texas. I think you're in Texas, Mama, if I recall. But all right, so we're gonna jump in here because I don't want this to be long. Now listen, how I'm doing this quick video, it's on middle school reference books, and these are essential. Now, Boston, yes. Massachusetts in the house, Boston. Hassan's from Boston. So, reference books. Now, if you don't deal with reference books and things like that, your child probably comes up to you with 50 million questions, okay? Or they're all over the place. I've always had, growing up, a dictionary and a thesaurus. They were property of the U.S. government. It was stamped on those books that my parents unabashedly took from work every year. We had a whole collection next to the Encyclopedia Britannicas. We always had that. Those two books, the thesaurus and the dictionary, got me through my SATs, the verbal part. I talked about that last night in the live. But there's more to a reference book than just having a dictionary and a thesaurus. So let me go over some of those. Okay, now before I get started, just so you know, I'm going to show you a couple of different versions. I seriously have no less than 6 kinds of dictionaries from different publishers, whether it's Oxford, Merriam-Webster, you name it. I have lots of different kinds of dictionaries. So what I'm showing you are references that are specifically geared toward 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. Yes, Georgia raised, Georgia preserved. Okay, and you're in Georgia. Okay, so Glam Nikolai is in Georgia. Okay, so I'm going to start off with your tried and true. Okay, this is your Webster's Dictionary and Thesaurus for students. Okay, now there is a twist to this. Because, oh, and in case you're asking why I say the names of these references, Oxford, which I don't have for the middle grades, I have for the upper grades and for adult. But Webster and Webster's Merriam, they were together at one time, broke up, got together again, broke up. Merriam-Webster's, they are the oldest publishers of these dictionaries around. They have a quality about them in terms of the layout of the definitions in a dictionary. And I won't go into all of that, but just know if you're looking for a dictionary, you can't go wrong with Webster's or Merriam-Webster's, okay? Or an Oxford, okay? Now, this is why I got this one. I needed a dictionary and thesaurus because my children, we've downgraded our desk, so our desks are not as big anymore. They're more narrow, and then they have their laptops. So I needed something more compact, and I didn't want a whole bunch of books. Now, it's not too big for your child to hold it with one hand while they're in class or doing their work and look through what they need to look through, okay? Guys, don't sleep on these references. Kids are so addicted to Siri and Alexa and Googling it. You got to get them out of that. Get them used. Truth be told, a lot of kids don't even know how to use a dictionary. We don't want that. There's so much. Okay, quick sidebar. This is what happens if you don't teach good reference skills. Remember back in the day, for all of my people who are kind of seasoned, you know, I'm a woman of a particular age. When I was growing up, we had tapes, cassette tapes, and we had CDs. Now, the beauty about having something physical in your hand was, for music, you have the liner notes. The liner notes were the pieces of paper that listed all the songs individually with the lyrics, and then you would have all the extra information for each song, the composer, the arranger, vocals, and anything else that was done on that song was listed there. And then at the back, after you listed all the songs, you had the artist's manifesto, anything they wanted to say, get off their chest, they wrote. They had their thank yous, their FUs, and everything. But you got a little personality from the back, the very end of the liner notes. But now, because everything's online, you don't get the extra history about a song or about the artist. You just get the song. So the connection is kind of broken. Here comes the reference books. So when your child is just going online, they miss little extra nuances that you'll find in the dictionary, okay? With a good quality dictionary. And that's what we want, okay? Listen, the dollar store has always had Webster's or Merriam-Webster's dictionary, okay? There's no excuse. They have, hold on, I got 5 right here. Let me show you. All right, here's just a couple. You can't go wrong. Dollar store, okay? Dollar store. Don't worry about the edition. Pocket ones. Now this is a style guide, okay? I know I'm going a little bit off my script. Now Scholastic, I like Scholastic for the younger ages, for elementary. Scholastic, I'm just, Webster Spanish, okay? So Webster, you cannot go wrong with Webster, okay? Now let's move on. Now you have your division dictionary in the front. You got your atlas. It does come with a full color world atlas. It's not the best in terms of just, it's too tiny, but it's there. And so I'd rather it be there than not there. But I have something coming up that's going to address that. So that's your atlas. It's also your dividing line between thesaurus and dictionary, okay? And as your basic entries, right? Basic entries. Nothing glamorous, but that's okay. Now, a good book will have some additional references in the book, but this one doesn't, because I guess they figured they have the atlas, so they don't need that. So this is just one that you can get just to get started, okay? These are essentials you need to have. You got to have reference books, okay? Now, I don't like the World Atlas. It's a good start, but it's really tiny. And when you start looking at like Asia and Africa, honey, I already got bad eyes. My kids got 20/20, but the will to really look closely might not be there. So I prefer something big. National Geographic is a perennial favorite. It's the granddaddy of all of your atlases, be it world, US, physical, political, maps, anything, okay? This is for all grade levels, K-12. K-12, I have the world here. The US one I do have, but I have the younger version, and it's on my youngest son's desk. But the reason why National Geographic is usually, like if you look at the reviews, it's got like 15,000 reviews or something like that. It's color coded. It's really easy to get to the information, okay? So you have dictionary skills. There's a certain way to look at a dictionary and the dictionary entry point. There's a certain way to look at a thesaurus. There's a certain way to get into an atlas, okay? So these are all skills that your child should learn, okay? So you want your dictionary, your thesaurus. If you can get a combo, that's great. If not, no worries. And then you want an atlas. Definitely the US Atlas for middle school, depending on what history you're going to be focused on. If you're doing US history, American history, or world history, whatever, then get the one accordingly. FYI, I always see things like this at the Goodwill store, okay? So it might be an old edition. Now, okay, sidebar. When you're looking at the atlas, editions matter, okay? Because the world's constantly changing. So this is a 4th edition. This is an old edition. It's old by a year. I'm okay with that because I know any major changes politically with boundaries or borders with other countries, I'm usually up on it because I subscribe to like 12 different international news sites. So I can, when he's doing something, I can guide him and be like, that country don't exist anymore, or it changed its name. So, but just keep that in mind. I probably wouldn't go further past the 3rd edition unless you really know your current events, your world events, and you really kind of know like hotspot areas. You kind of know what's going on there. But you can't go wrong with National Geographic either way, okay? And if they're just doing basic research, then it really doesn't matter. You just 9 times out of 10, they're just getting the land, the people, maybe some dimensions or things like that. Basic things about the country that doesn't really change. But if they're doing deeper research, you want to make sure you have an up-to-date version, okay? So that's your Student World Atlas. Any questions so far? Wait, Hassan, what did you say? I missed your live. I cannot believe it. Well, you're here now, baby. You're good. I'm going live every day. Okay, I found a big old Webster's dictionary in a box that someone was throwing away. I don't know why people keep throwing away these treasures. Now, another man's trash and the next man's treasure. Mint condition, exactly. Listen, if anyone ever read Fahrenheit 451, 451 by Ray Bradbury, you would never, ever throw away a book. I'm just saying, don't do it. Don't do it. All right, so let's move on. So those are your basics. Those are your staples. If you don't get anything else, get those too. Hey, oh, look at my IG people. Okay, Vasia, what's up? Adrian. I need to get another dictionary. What are we discussing, love? Just got on. We are discussing middle school reference books. So once your child starts getting into the writing, it's going to get a little bit more advanced. The science, everything is up a level because now you're at the logic stage of development with your children. So more is expected of them. They're also starting to be more independent, which means they need to be able to maneuver through these reference books so they can quickly grab that information and then get back to their assignment, whatever that assignment is. Okay. Now, so I got the general reference books. Now let's do reference books for your core academic subjects, English language arts, math, science, and a foreign language. Okay. Now I'm going to start with foreign language. Y'all know I always struggle with foreign language. My heart is in the right place, but but this is going to be our year. So now I'm embarrassed to say, I think I have 5 of these, 5 Spanish dictionaries. And I finally found the sweet spot for my son. Not too big, because I have one that's like this big. It's not too big and it's not too heavy. This probably weighs about 1.5 pounds. But here's the kicker. Hold on. A lot of your foreign language dictionaries, they're just alphabetical, right? Well, most of them, yeah. But this one, not to be confused with an illustrated dictionary, this is a visual dictionary. Do you know the difference? I'm going to give y'all a minute. Who can tell me the difference between a visual and an illustrated dictionary? What's up, Michelle and Teaching Little Monsters? Oh, Teaching Little Monsters. I was on your IG, I think, last week. I try to catch up to all my other homeschool families on Instagram, but I just get caught up sometimes. Hey, we got Jennifer from Memphis, Tennessee. Jessica says, I'm looking at the book now, and they have an 11th edition now for the Student World Atlas book. An 11th edition? Are you sure? Hold on. Child. Hold on. Let me see the copyright for this. We way behind. We're going to be way behind. Look at this. Oh, that's suspicious. They don't even have a copyright page. Is that even legal? I used to work for McGraw-Hill in the scholarly section. That's how I got a lot of my books. I stole almost all of them. Nobody cared because nobody wanted those books. They do not even have no copyright page. Technically, it's against, you can't do that. That's a violation. You can't do that, especially with these cloth books. All right, well, I'm gonna go online and go find out because the only one I saw was the 5th edition, but maybe I was looking at the U.S. Atlas. Good eye. Thank you, my dear. After the live, I'll be going to make sure I have the most recent edition. Thank you, Jessica, for that. Okay. So your illustrated dictionary, it's just going to have pictures sporadically throughout the page. Your visual dictionary is like for the working commuter student. The illustrators, I'm at the 4th year, what class am I going to take? Breaks, sororities, fraternities. The visual is like, I'm a commuter student and I work and I have a family. I need to get the information and then get out school so I can go back to life and get on with living. The visual does not play. It is divided by your life. Basically, let me show you. All right, hold on. I know I hate doing the spit thing, but the pages are just sticky. Now, hold on, let me get close. Oh, shout out to Houston, H-Town, Rockets, We're gonna have a good season. I feel it in my bones. All right, hold on. Let me move this over. So the book is divided by life, like your life circumstances. So let me just zoom that in so y'all can see. So it's divided by astronomy, Earth, planets, animals. Hold on, IG. I'll get to you in a second. Or just come over to YouTube. Hold on, let me just read it. Human beings, food and kitchen, house, do it yourself, and gardening. See, these are basic things you need to know because you're learning the language. Things are happening around you. You just need to know how to get to that, information. Clothing, personal accessories and articles, arts and architecture, communications, office automation. Hey, what if you got to go to work and you got to learn Spanish? You need to know how to get around the office. Okay, it's all right there. Transport and machinery, energy, science, sports and games, society. See, but look, okay. So this is based on whatever is going on, and it's color coded. Yeah, I know I color code my kids. I color code my clothes. This is perfect. So you can see at a glance if you're in the right spot for, y'all see that? For what you need to find. You see all that? It's all nicely color coded, but let me show you. There's more. So instead of having just a 2-column list of definitions and then a sporadic picture just stuck in, the whole page is a picture, and then they just stick in the words. So you see at a glance. Look how fast and efficient that is, y'all. That is fast and efficient. Let me get to the human body, because when I saw that, I was like, what? Oh, 190. And it's over 1,000 pages. It doesn't feel like it. What did I say? 190? Page 190? 190. I saw this little woman. I was like, look at you. It's your flat booty and everything. Okay. Now remember, this is middle school. So if let me show it to you, because you might not want your child to see the basic human body. I don't know why, because that's what they look like. But there you go. So instead of just having a 2-column page with definitions, trying to figure everything out. Oh, I'm sorry, IG. Here. There's a man. That's the XY chromosome. And then here's the woman. There you go. But look at that. So going on, look, you in the house. You trying to learn Spanish, your washing machine breaks, you got a leak. You got to call somebody. They come to the house, barely speak English. You barely speak Spanish. You better bust this book out. Look at that. You see how they do? Clothes, right? You get straight to the point. So as you're learning the language, it just if you can shave off a couple of minutes of digging for information, you're more likely to keep doing what you're doing, right? So I like this as a visual dictionary versus an illustrated dictionary, okay? So when you're looking for anything, I have a French version and I have a Japanese version. Don't ask me why. I have backgrounds in both and can barely speak them, but I can write them well. All right. So your Spanish visual dictionary by who? Yours truly, Merriam-Webster's. See, they married right here. They're not married here, but they're married here together. All right. So that is, I think, pretty essential. Pretty essential. Let me catch up on some of these comments. Okay. Mom Before says, I saw there is a 6th edition for the Dictionary Thesaurus coming out August 24th on Amazon. Go look it up, guys. Think about that. Now, but if you already have the old one, that's okay. For a dictionary and thesaurus, it's not really a big deal. Usually if they're updating anything, is usually the layout formats of the book. And there might be 1 or 2 new words added. That's basically it. So nothing earth-shattering. It's the atlas that is important because it is really based on what goes on in the world the previous year. So, but if you want the most recent one, usually the newer ones, they'll have some smart technology, like some QR codes and things like that. So things can become more interactive. And that's fine if you want to do that. I'm trying to keep my kids off the computer versus, you know, dropping breadcrumbs to the computer. All right. And then my last set of reference books. Now, these are fairly new. Excuse me. There are, okay. So let me just say it. All right. So this is a series. I think there are 10 books in this series, and they're starting to have some books at the high school level. I think like with geometry might have been their first one. There's coding. There's world history, U.S. history. I don't mess with the histories because I don't like their approach to history. Y'all know I'm very particular about where I go to get my information on history. But for English, science, and math, I'm okay. I'm okay. Now, this is your complete middle school study guide. Is this your curriculum book? No, it's a supplement. It's a study guide. Everything you need to ace English language arts in one big fat notebook. Same thing for science. Same thing for math, right? Now, let me just read on the back, and then we'll flip through really quickly, and then we'll get out of here because it's Saturday night. All right, so the big fat notebook, let me just show it to you while I read. Sorry, IG, you're just going to have to get my lovely face while YouTube gets the book thing right here. All right, let me get the glare off. All right, so the big fat notebook makes all the stuff you learn in school sink in with key concepts, mnemonic devices, diagrams, doodles, and definitions to help you get better grades. But that's not why we're doing it. We're trying to become better humans and citizens and critical thinking people. But anyway, it includes, for math, fractions, negative numbers, ratios, Pythagorean theorem, so on and so forth. Okay, so the main thing that I like about these books is very conversational. They kind of remind me of the Diary of a Wimpy Kid book, but very it's a notebook style. You see, it looks like notebook paper, and it's highlighted. So this is also a way to kind of show your child, you know, at least how to do some highlighting. I mean, not really how to take notes, but, you know, in some cases you can kind of show, hey, you know, this is one way you could take notes, right? But it's a very conversational style. And at the end of each section, it's check your knowledge, okay? So think of it like a little assessment, if you will. Like, do you know everything from this chapter? So that's what you really need to know. So I think that's pretty cool. I like how the subheadings are colored differently. It's just the layout from a universal design principle. The layout is really, really nice. Some people might think it's too busy, but I like how it easily divides or sections the information. Okay, that was English. Wait, that was science. And then, oh, do you guys want to see the table of contents? I forgot. Let me know if you want to see the table of contents. Okay. Hold on. Oh, sorry guys, I'm behind in the comments. Okay. Let's see. Urban Girl Gardening. I think I'm subscribed to you. Every Black gardener I see, I subscribe. So I'm gonna have to subscribe to you if I haven't already. But hi there, Urban Girl, Kiki. Adrian says I came over. Oh, Adrian, you came over from IG. Thank you, love. Okay, so you like that. You liking the big fat study guides, the big fat notebooks? All right, let me just show you the table. Excuse me. Hold on. Take a swig. So in the beginning of the book, it really shows you how to use the book. I really recommend that you sit with your child and make sure it's red, okay? They're going to understand why they're seeing certain colors and highlights, okay? It'll start to make sense with him. See, they talk about using, okay, I don't know if you guys have studied note-taking, all the different kinds of note-taking. There's more than one way besides Cornell notes. But there's color coding. There's all kinds of ways. But it tells you why they're using certain colors. It's not just random, okay? There is reasoning behind that. And this will help your child as they're starting to take or learn or learning to take notes. Why does that look upside down? Oh, because she is upside down. They're learning how to they're seeing is being modeled how they can take notes. Okay, so here are the table of contents. I'll let you guys browse through that really quickly. You got grammar for Unit 1, language, figurative language, things like that. Reading fiction, reading nonfiction. IG, just a little peek there for you. But you heard me, grammar, language, reading fiction, nonfiction, and then you got just writing, okay? The writing process. Okay, so that's for your English language arts. And when we say English language arts, we're talking about writing, composition. We're talking about spelling, grammar, punctuation, literary elements, vocabulary. All of that comes into play. And I probably left out something. For math, really quickly. And then you'll notice, you know, the theme that goes with each book, right? And if I'm not mistaken, I think someone told me like they have like little hidden Easter eggs in there, like little cute little crazy things that the little things are doing on the side. I don't know. But for math, all right, you got the number system, ratios, proportions, percents, expressions, equations, okay? Now, y'all know y'all don't want to be teaching all that sometimes or answering questions. Tell them to go. Now, this is what I do. If my child comes up to me asking about a question or something, did you look it up first? You know, it's like your kid, Mom, where are my socks? Well, did you look for them first? You know, kids, sometimes they get lazy. You got to encourage them. All right, so that was math. And then finally, here is the table of contents for middle school. Okay. Scientific investigation. You knew that was going to be number 1. All right. Matter, chemical reactions, solutions, motion, forces, and work. Energy and outer space, the universe, and the solar system. Okay. But here's the thing. Here's a secret surprise, and I'll end with this. Oh, there are more sections. Hold on. I hope I did all of the math too. But you get the point. It's got everything. And I like how it's presented. So it's not threatening to the kid. It looks like something that, you know, they might do in their notebook, right? So did I do all of the math? I think I did. But you get the point. You get the point. But listen, my son, he only does it for science. I haven't seen it for the other 2. But he kind of just reads the book because it's, you know, it's written in, a nice, it's not written in a stuffy way. So he doesn't mind just kind of browsing through it. You know why? Because he sees the picture. He sees the pictures. The pictures draw him in. So, oh, okay. He'll just flip. He sees an interesting drawing. He'll read about it and then move on. So, you know, maybe keep these books in your car if you're always in the car traveling, going somewhere. I'm just saying. All right, but that's all I got. I think these are pretty essential, okay? There are some other kinds of reference books, like style guides, especially for writing, if your writing is a bit more advanced. But in terms of just essential stuff that will get you through, you know, all of your middle school grades, and you can use some of this for high school, like for the English. Once you learn about similes, metaphors, sonnets, other literary terms, it don't change in high school. So, you know, it is what it is. You know, math obviously will be different, but maybe science to a degree. But when, you know, it never hurts to go back to the basics. Okay. So if y'all have any questions, I'll take them. Hey, Vasan and Tanya and Storm and Kaza. Hey, guys. All right, so let me see. Any questions? Let's see. Jessica says, I love these books. My favorite. Awesome. Also, guys, if you are interested in these books, I do have them listed below in the description box. They are affiliate links. So if you click on them, I get a couple little coins. And when I say coins, I mean coins because although Amazon is the richest company in the world, it's also the stingiest when it comes to doling out money. But let me get caught up with this. IG. Oh, IG cut you out? Well, welcome back over here, my lady. All right, Shatona, I'm talking to you. All right, Jessica says, yes, I think these books are thorough, to the point, and easy to digest for kids to understand. You know what? Does anybody know if they have a Spanish or a French or any foreign language book for this? I would be really interested in that. I didn't see any. I've never seen any, actually. My boys love the entire series. I have all of them. Shatona, we always have the same books and curriculum. So whenever I see something that I like, I know you probably got it all on your bookcase or somewhere else. Adrian says, off topic, but speaking on kids looking for things, I saw a quote that said, nothing's ever lost until mom can't find it. Exactly. That's exactly right. Boy, I'm like, but listen, they're asking me where things are. I walk into a room and I immediately forget why I walked into the room. I got to go trace, moonwalk back and retrace my steps to figure out why I walked into the room. I'm like, I can't hold all y'all's actions in my brain too. I'm trying to struggle with my stuff. Oh, they don't have the foreign language yet? I'm surprised. They need to get on the ball. They must not need the money. Okay. No, they don't have it. Okay, so they don't have it. Maybe it's something they'll have in the future. But so that's it. If you guys have any suggestions or comments about reference books that your kids use that you think are pretty essential in your household, put it down in the comments. If you are watching the replay, please read the comments. Leave something in the chat if you're live. If you're watching a replay, leave it in the comments section, because you guys always give lots of great information. Like, I didn't know there is an 11th edition of the World Atlas, because I've had this since the first child, right? So I think we might need to update that, bro. Might need to update that. All right. Oh, you're welcome, Hassan. So does anyone not have any more questions? Is there anything else you want me to ask? It's only been 37 minutes. If you want to get me with a couple of questions that's not related to reference books, I'll give you 10 minutes, then I'm out. Because next week we are doing the mother of all curriculum reviews, right? We are... I'm going to start with my the books for the younger sect, because I'm really wanting to sell them and get rid of them. So we're going to be starting with All About Reading, okay? You guys know I liked All About Spelling. I didn't like it at first, but then I came around. It's by the same publisher, All About Press. And so we'll be, well, no, maybe I should just put a poll up. If you want me to do history, math, reading, or writing, I'll put a poll up to see what you want me to do first, okay? And then I'll take it from there. So I'll put that poll up tonight, okay? Any other questions, guys? Wonderings, comments? Y'all could even say you love Houston, right? Updates on Michael Clay Thomas Grammar Island books. Does he have a new version? First of all, MCT, he puts out books like every 4 or 5 years, probably max. I mean, I have 2 or 3 versions of Music of the Hemispheres, Grammar Town, or maybe it's Grammar Island. But here's the thing. When we were doing Paragraph Town, I actually had 3 versions of them. I didn't even realize that. And there was really hardly anything different. I think he just changed the pictures, but there was nothing fundamentally different. So I think it's kind of like a little money grab. Yeah, so, but I'll pull those out. So for grammar, if you want me to do a video on grammar, well, I am. I have a lot of grammar books. I have Fix It Grammar, Easy Grammar, Michael Clay Thompson's grammar series. What's the... it's another big one. I got 4 or 5. Oh, Classical Academic Press, Well Ordered Language. That's grammar. I got so much stuff. Let's see. Have you started back to school yet, sis? No, whew. Y'all know about my drama with my oldest son in public school. Their public school starts for high school August 18th. And then we are with a charter, and that starts, I think, the 17th. But actually, you can start whenever you want to because it's a hands-off charter. We just get the funds and run. So I don't know yet. I haven't finished working on our history. Remember, we're doing the 1920s and 30s, and we're going around the world. It's such an interesting time all around the world at the same time. So I'm still working on the rooms. I'm a mess right now. I shouldn't even be on here bumping my gums with y'all. I need to get cracking. But maybe sometime in the middle of August, I'm guessing. But you know what? I was talking to my son and my middle son, and he was like, man, I don't want C to go off to public school because he's going to be gone for like 8 hours and then we're not going to be able to hang out. And my heart just broke because these two boys used to buck heads all the time. And the last 2 years, they've gotten so much closer to each other through homeschooling. And he was genuinely sad that he wasn't going to see his brother all day. So I can't even think about it because I'm still wrestling with it. But I'm hands off because, as I said, I had to let my young warrior king make decisions. He's a young man and he needs to walk in that walk, and like mom can just help guide him after he's making his decisions. But I just have to, I'm not going to completely cut off the umbilical cord. I'm just going to gnaw on it just a little bit, but it's still going to be attached. But it's a change that I'm starting to make, and y'all going to go through it too. As your child gets older, it's coming for you if it hasn't already. All right. Who started back last week? Are you started back last week? Are you doing any classes, or is it all you, Shatona? Okay. They just changed the cover. Yeah, they just changed the cover for the Michael Clay Thompson books. Yeah, like, be on to you. Going to eBay and I'm getting the old version, Michael. Okay. See, no, ma'am, I didn't know there was anything going on. Okay. Yeah. So if you watch my video about why didn't y'all tell me, y'all wrong, I talk about the stuff that was going on with, going with my oldest son going to public high school for ninth grade only. Okay, Adrian says, I want to try Fix-It Grammar. I need a good writing curriculum too. It's so much. Okay, so here's the thing. There are some curriculum publishers that just want to overwhelm the mom or the dad or whoever's teaching, and those who just want to make your life easy. And some of them, they put everything, writing, grammar, spelling, they put it all in one book. Case in point, Classical Academic Press does that with writing and rhetoric. But here's the thing, it's like an all-in-one. But when you get an all-in-one, there are some things that are left out or they're not gone into in more depth, okay? And with writing and rhetoric, like the grammar, I'm like, And I guess they knew that because they have well-ordered language, which is their standalone grammar curriculum. So you have to kind of figure out, depending on the age and grade level of your child, how much do you need of writing, how much do you need of grammar, etc. In the beginnings, I would focus more on the curriculum that focuses more on writing, and it's light on grammar, which is writing and rhetoric. Other books or series like, I want to say Becca, Rod and Staff is intense. You want to make sure that if you're using something like that, you're not doing a supplement, because then it's going to be too much. It's an all-in-one, but some people want to bring in something else because they don't think it's enough, and it really is enough. So the reason why I liked Fix-It Grammar in the beginning is because it models great writing. And it kind of reminds me of Michael Clay Thompson, because you'll have a passage from a great works of art, a great literary work, and then you learn the grammar. It's learning by seeing the best do it. I mean, it's like basketball. If you're trying to learn basketball and you live in, South Africa or Venezuela, you're going to be watching a whole bunch of Michael Jordan videos, right? Or Kobe videos or, AI videos, because they're the best. And so that's the premise of imitating the best. And so Fix-It Grammar does that. I forget why, how I always just switch stuff. That's my my one knock on me as a homeschool parent is I try too much stuff. That's because I'm a type A information junkie and I just want to know and see. And I'm like, come on, kids, it'll be fun. It'll just be an experiment. Give me 6 weeks. If you don't like it, no harm, no foul. And they're like, Mom, I can't help it. But it might bite me in the butt. But Lord knows my kids know all kind of stuff about everything. But we don't want them to be a master of nothing. They do master stuff. All right. All right. But, when I talk about grammar, I will touch upon that because that is probably one of the most often asked question is, do I get a standalone writing curriculum or do I get a writing curriculum that incorporates spelling or phonics, depending on the age, or grammar? That's a great question. My baby starts this Thursday in 3rd grade. So is your baby going to public school or your baby starting 3rd grade in your homeschool? Either way, this Thursday is coming up really soon. So, I hope you got everything ready for the first week. Remember, it's probably going to be messy, getting everybody, used to, going to bed at a certain time or waking up or whatever routine you have going on. Yes, what is this Thursday? Oh, like the first week of August. Yeah. So yeah, it's coming. Who do you suggest for grammar? Adrian, were you asking about grammar earlier? Oh, so for grammar, that is a really personal choice. Someone asked, what curriculum do I prefer for grammar? I like them all depending on what the need is. Now, as I moved further along in my homeschool life, I watched my children and I saw that what resonated with them, what helped them to achieve mastery was learning through stories or something that is literature based. Okay. For those of you in the know, Booker T. Coleman, who is now Baba Hiawatha Kamene. He did this wonderful presentation where he talked about the big picture, the macro versus the micro, and how children see. And actually, I'm going to do a quick little video on that because it's very powerful. It really kind of made me shift some ways of my homeschool thinking. But with story-based or whole picture thinking or approach to teaching, your child is getting to know the why. So when they know the why of something, it's easier for them to work on the parts. So for instance, you have a car and you're working on the car and then, you just throw it in front of the car and you got some parts strewn about and they're like, here, hand me the screwdriver and then put this nut and bolt on and then come over here and put this cap, whatever car stuff, I don't know. And you're just like doing little parts, but you're like, okay, this is boring. But if you bring the kids around, like, kids, this is a 1981 Firebird, Thunderbolt, Trans Am, whatever. The Bruce Lee, Knight Rider, whoever drove this car, and it's got all this history. It did this. It was the first car. You give them the story, and then you show them how, it's not made anymore and how the parts were made in the factory in Detroit, and they shut down the factory, but the parts were had this composition of metal versus now it's aluminum. You give them the whole picture, boy, they'll push you out the way and they start looking for all the tools to fix this car itself. You tell them about the horsepower, all of that. Now they got the big picture. They got the whole, they have the macro. Now they can do the micro with the tools, the parts, because they have understanding of what they're working on. So when you're looking at grammar, I'm so dramatic, but when you're looking at grammar, when I'm looking at curriculum, I try to find something that is story-based or literature-based. And Fix-It Grammar is like that. Michael Clay Thompson is literature, definitely literature-based grammar. But sometimes you just want to get it done, right? And then steps in easy grammar, right? Or daily grams, things like that, where if your child does have some understanding, or or maybe not, but they can still work a little bit at a time. It's very incremental. So it depends on what they've been exposed to, how much time you have on your hands. And for things like grammar, because there were like thousands and thousands of rules, I prefer the big picture. And then all those little rules don't really matter because they have an understanding of things. So they don't have to like learn 50 million rules. They learn systems of rules, right? Because what is language? It's a structure and system. Grammar is structure and system of language. So you have, don't get me on all of this. You start getting into the syntax. And what is syntax? It's your words, your phrases, your clauses, morphology, which gets into inflections, and that gets more into linguistics. But when you know the language, you don't have to worry about all that minutiae, all that stuff, minutia. All right, moving on. Shatana. Yes, I teach everything. The only thing I outsource is Spanish with Homeschool Spanish Academy. Oh, yes. So we did that, which is why I got this. I forgot. The teacher recommended that. Okay, but I didn't know why. But she didn't say, oh, this is how it's, she just recommended it. But she's a native speaker. So I was, but then when I started looking at all the books, I'm like, oh, okay, this is pretty good. It's probably why she likes it. Homeschool Spanish Academy and robotics and coding with the code school and piano, and they have a teacher. Okay, so, but you guys are cracking this week, so that's cool. I've heard about Homeschool Spanish Academy. How do you like it? I like it. It's I think it's very reasonably priced. There are some companies out there, especially when your child gets to high school, especially in California, it becomes a racket. You have these schools like Language Bird, which Language Bird is pretty amazing. Language Bird for the semester is like $2,000. It's crazy. It is so crazy. You have, it's like a full program. I'm doing a review. I'm definitely doing a foreign language review, big time. All right, let's see. Yes, so Michael Clay Thompson, considering that for my 4th grader. Oh, that's a perfect grade too, to get into that. And like when I do my curriculum reviews, when I focus on one subject, because I have so much stuff, it might be like a part 1 and a part 2, because I'm going to hit elementary, middle, and then a little bit of high school. Okay. Oh, wait. Let's see. The boys have enjoyed it. We have done it for 3 years now. I love the freedom of choosing your teacher and our schedule. Yes, and that's another thing. Because when you're involved in activities or if you have classes, being able to make changes and, work the language in at your leisure is paramount, because that allows you to stay consistent. Okay, yes, public school. Oh, so Jessica, your child is going to public school? Okay, so let us know how that goes, because like we're not gonna get into all the politics, but that's a whole nother story. Grammar, yes. Okay, I'm lost in the sauce with these comments. Let me see. Steph, do you do the first day of school gifts or celebration? Child, no. Gifts or celebration? If there are any gifts or celebrations going on, it's to me. I want that stuff to encourage me to get through that first week in the month and then the semester. No, my kids, we're so low key now. I do like to have a transition from summer to school. And so we'll start that probably next week, because my son's birthday is next week. And after that is, I start kind of revving them up. I start taking the bedtime down from like 1 o'clock in the morning, every day, 30 minutes less, until they start to adjust their circadian rhythm and they start to fall asleep, around that time, and they get up. So yeah, that's really it. I do make a big breakfast, a king's breakfast, and that's pretty much it. I might do something different. I just haven't thought about it, but I don't do gifts. I don't do celebrations. Yeah, I save that for things they kind of like just earn. But for the younger kids, I know it's important. So yeah, have at it for the younger ones. Exactly. Grammar really depends on what they need and the age and stage. Yes. Like, honestly, I don't really do grammar until 3rd grade. And I know things are so fast now. Kids are learning like the basic parts of speech, like in kinder, 1st and 2nd, and that's fine so long as you're keeping on that. But I don't worry about all that. And I do it really, really low key. Like, I'll take a book, case in point, and that we're just reading. Say we're just reading regularly, not for grammar or anything. And then I'll point out a noun, a verb, an adjective, a preposition, right? And then over time, I start paying a nickel for whenever they point out a grammar, whenever they point to a noun, verb, adjective, adverb, whatever, all the parts of speech. And I say, hey, how many nouns are on this page, baby? Quick. And I'll let them go through it, and that's not intimidating. It's because it's look, just 2 or 3 lines, right? Let them do that. That's how I do grammar before 3rd grade. Very organic. We talk about what it is, what nouns are. Let them go around the house and put stickers on nouns, in the house. For adjectives, 2 stickers to show a comparison. So like short, tall, colors, and they can either, write it on a sticker or just put the same, like I get those color stickers from the dollar store. They can match the color, just to start getting the wheels turning. So nothing you have to buy really before 3rd grade if you want to. I have a 3rd and 4th grader, and what we need right now is writing and grammar. So focus on writing and making it fun. You can tie the grammar. Listen, they'll be learning grammar for the rest of their life. Look, for middle school and high school, you got plenty of time. If you feel like you really want to introduce grammar, go old school. Watch those old Schoolhouse Rock videos from the 70s. They're free on YouTube. Oh, I actually have a booklet I printed out 10 years ago. Did you know there are like at least 30 versions of the Schoolhouse Rock series? They cover math, a whole bunch of different math concepts, science stuff. There is so much. I was blown away. And it has like a guide, the episode, the concept, and then what they kind of talk about. So I got to find that in that hot mess pile over here. But let me write it down. Look, I brought my pad this time. Schoolhouse Rock. Schoolhouse Rock, research tells you that one of the best ways for memorizing something is through song or rhyme. And we know that to be true. Just go to any preschool or when you're teaching a foreign language. Schoolhouse Rock study. I'll just say study guide. It's amazing. Some mom who had a lot of time in her hands, she put that together. Or did I find it on the web? I don't know where. I'm going to find it. You guys are going to have it. You guys are going to have it. All right, let's see. Hummingbird. I saw the movie of the teacher Marva. Yes, Miss Marva Collins. It's not Marva. It's Miss Marva. We don't ever call her by her first name. I'm just messing with you, Hummingbird. And it was amazing. Thank you for a good movie suggestion. Oh, you're welcome, Hummingbird. For those of you who don't know, what's up, Quantum Learning in the Simple Happy Life? My favorite teacher of all time, Marva Collins. This was a warrior teacher in 1980s, 1970s, and 80s Chicago. And there was a movie made about her called The Marva Collins Story. This woman was so amazing. Prince, my all-time favorite artist. Prince, the purple one, His Majesty, Purple Rain, he made a video called The Most Beautiful Girl in the World. And at the time, he was married to Maite. And Maite was like the most beautiful girl in the world. He featured Marva Collins at least 4 or 5 times, and definitely at the end of the music video, she's sitting in her chair like she's a queen. I never knew who she was. I was like, who is this beautiful woman? She's really tall, very statuesque. She's a very tall woman. And it was, y'all know Prince, like I know Prince, y'all will get the connection. But Marva Collins, I did a video on top 10 teacher movies you want to watch that will touch your heart, maybe change your life. She's on that list, okay? Watch that movie, watch that video. It's in the archive somewhere. Just type in teacher movies or something. It will come up. But I'm glad you saw that, Hummingbird. I'm glad you saw that. All right, let's see. It's my pleasure, beautiful. Okay, good night. Oh, hey, Natty Slim. Good night, my love. Good night. Wait, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, yeah, it's late on the East Coast time. All right, I'm going to wrap it up, guys. It's an hour. Y'all kept me here too long. All right, I will, girl. Yes, the politics is a whole hot mess down here. Parents are a nervous wreck. I just pray. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Okay, Jessica, Grammarland audiobook on YouTube is good. It's story-based. Oh, that's a new one. That's some intel, y'all. Let me write it down. Grammarland. I wouldn't be surprised if I already have it on a playlist. Sometimes I just forget the names of stuff. But at first glance, I don't know what this is. So hopefully it's a new resource. And Brain Pop is good. We had to go offline on YouTube so I can show you how you guys can consume these materials and resources while not breaking your bank. All right, so all right, I'm caught up on the comments. I'm gonna wrap this up and get going with my Saturday. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is Nikki with That Homeschool Life. I will be updating the Mega Homeschool Planner. Where is it? I will be updating that. You know, that year at a glance page. I will be updating that probably tonight, if not tomorrow. And then if I go live, if I have this done, then I'll go live with this tomorrow. And we can just go flip through it, you know, because I want to make sure everybody gets it. And then we can start filling some of these things out, especially for some of you who are still considering, well, that's not that page. You're still considering curriculum. You know, you have pages where you can, you know, put in your curriculum choices. If you're already, you know, booted and ready to go, you have school coming up, you know, if you have passwords, websites, you know, like Beast Academy, Brain Pop, you know, what's the little seed, the little math seeds, things like that. Any and all of that, right? Start making your goals, never too early. Maybe you want your child to be able to write a paragraph or be able to master the multiplication tables. You know, start putting those goals down. Start thinking ahead. You know, start looking at what's going on monthly in your neck of the woods, whether it's through a museum, aquarium, the county fairs, all kinds of stuff, whatever you have popping. Start writing that down in the calendars and start looking at, if you're into lesson planning, you know, it doesn't have to be hard. You can do a journal style for lesson planning. Do the work and then just write it down. Believe me, you'll, at the end of the year, you'll appreciate having that information, okay? Especially if you have kids coming up the pipeline. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. It's right here. Hey, Tanya. Oh, hey, Tanya. Oh, you're welcome, my dear. So I will be updating that. No one said they had problems downloading it on my website. And let me give you my website. No one said they had any problems. So I'm assuming that you can still download it. It should be free on my website. It is down on the screen on YouTube. My website is thathomeschoollife.com. It looks nice, but I'm still working on it. I have some pages I have to put the information up on, but it's coming. But I got to do this for you guys. So give me a break. Wait, what do y'all want from me? So anyway, let me get out of here, guys. Love you. I'll see you tomorrow. I don't know what time I'm going live, but I will give you at least 1 hour heads up. I'm out. Mwah, mwah. Love y'all. Oh, look at you, Lily, trying to squeeze in one more comment. Is that planner free? Yes, ma'am. It will always be free. This one. Now, I got some in the pipeline that's going to be paid, but those are going to be like worth it. But this one will be free, okay? I just want y'all to have something. You're spending a lot on curriculum, classes, just living, day-to-day living. I think planners are essential. So something essential, I think, should be low cost or free, okay? This is free. Now, I just bound this up. I have a comb, a bookbinding apparatus. So I just print everything out, laminate the covers, and then put a comb on it. And now you've got a book, okay? Okay. It says, oh, it's saying $15. Okay, so guys, thank you for telling me that. I'm gonna go change that and make it free. Okay, give me to tonight because I'm gonna go have dinner. So definitely by tomorrow it will be free. Thank you. No one told me that, so I will make that free. Definitely by tomorrow. Okay, and I'll see you guys later. Thank you, Lily, for letting me know. Thank you for letting me know about that. All right, guys, I'm out. Bye bye. Oh, put a like on the video if you found some value and some help with that. It helps with that YouTube algorithm. Okay, now I'm out.